Меня зовут Сергей, я из Тинькофф. Мы с компанией Arena Data будем устраивать подобные митапы по большим данным там, в течение некого времени. У нас будет несколько митапов. Первый из них, он посвящен GreenPlum. Первый open source MVP платформы, вот, с которой мы живем уже 7 лет. Мы не первый был Сбербанк СИП. Вот. Но у них был маленький GreenPlum, у нас большой. Вот. Мы вроде как научились его более-менее использовать, чего желаем вам. Вот. Сегодня мы вместе с коллегами попробуем рассказать, как нужно, как не нужно его использовать. Вот. Начнем мы с самой крутой сегодняшней презентации от Франка Сиди, директора компании Pivotal, который знает все, который придумывает много и которому можно задать очень сложные вопросы, на них всегда отвечает. Вот. Прошу, любите, жаловать.
Okay. I think it will be okay, yes? Okay, so good evening everyone. So I will speak in English. The good news for you is because I'm French, I think it should be easier for you. So it's a real pleasure for me to be here. So few points before we start. So I'm going to talk about Pivotal GreenPlum roadmap. Okay, so there's some commitment from us, but you know, time to time we may have some change. So this is why I put this slide. Before talking about myself, let's talk about you. How many of you are using Pivotal GreenPlum commercial release? Okay, few. Thanks. Open source GreenPlum release. Nice. I like it as well. PostgreSQL. Okay. So you know what? I want to come back next year, and then all of you, you will use Pivotal GreenPlum commercial release or the open source. Okay? Thank you. So a few words about myself. So I've been working on high-tech for the last 25 years. I only work for a database and I would say analytic company. So I start on columnar database in the 90s, yes, in 96. I was one of the first working with Sybase IQ. I work for Microsoft. I work for a company, I would say, belonging to Oracle now. And I had the pleasure to join EMC in 2011. And I am inside the company for the last 7 years. And yesterday I had a chat with Ivan Novik, who is someone that you need to know. Ivan Novik is the product manager of Pivotal GreenPlum. And he told me, Frank, how many years you want to continue to stay with Pivotal GreenPlum? I say at least 8 years. And you know why? Because maybe I will be close to 60 years old. But that's my commitment to continue at least for 7-8 years because really I love the technology and I hope you will also like very much the GreenPlum technology. So my role at Pivotal, I'm the director of data engineering. So I'm leading all about post-sales and pre-sales activity for our data business for Europe and Middle East. And of course, I'm very close from our Russian customers since the beginning. Okay, so objective of the presentation is to talk about the roadmap, not only about what we are going to do, but also what we have delivered for in 2018. You will see a lot of work. And what we are going to do, we are going to split the roadmap per theme. So we'll talk about the PostgreSQL alignment, because you will see we are the only MPP analytic engine where we are keeping the alignment with PostgreSQL. We can see we lack and we, I would say, embrace the open source. Everyone knows that the traditional commercial database like Oracle, IBM, or even Microsoft, that's over. Everyone is going to the open source world. And this is something that we want to continue to embrace. And one of the main engines is PostgreSQL. And something very important for us is really to do the alignment. Then I will talk about query and core engine. Analytics is also a very important topic for us. I will talk about the ecosystem. So ecosystem is about Hadoop, is about Spark, is about Kafka. And you will see the way also we are doing, I will say, the convergence. I will talk about utility, like backupping. A few words about container. So who know about Kubernetes? Who is using Kubernetes in the room? Okay, so you will see the way also where Pivotal, so you know Pivotal is a company focusing in the cloud, focusing on agile, focusing on data, and also the alignment with Kubernetes is a major theme for us. Manageability and monitoring is also a topic I will present, and including workload management. And if we have time, I could do a quick difference in between the commercial release and the open source. Okay, ready? Yes? Q&A, we will take the last 5-10 minutes. So, the major theme for us is very important. So we want, so the roadmap for us in the next 5 years is to be the world's most robust, scalable, analytic, big data platform in the market. Okay? And that's really the vision we have. And we have what we call the 5S. Number one is really to focusing on speed. Okay? We need to be fast, not only on analytic, but also regarding OLTP query. We want to scale. And when we are talking about scale, it's of course scaling up, but also scaling down. And we want to have a full elasticity. And when we are talking about scale is starting from my laptop, where I install Greenplum on the very small machine, and moving like I have customer scaling up to 2 peta system with 128 nodes. And this is the way we want to continue. Stability is a very important topic. So yesterday I got, so every month we got some information from engineering and from support. And something pretty clear is we dropped the number of open tickets by 40% in the last 2 years. And if you have a customer in the room like Tinkoff, I think something where we really did a very strong focus in the last 3 years is really improving the stability of the platform. Yes? You do agree? Okay. Yes. Security is also an important topic. Saving, of course, we want to be competitive. And analytics, and when I'm talking about analytics, is about text analytics, is about machine learning, it's about deep learning, and this is also a kind of focus. So our vision, long-term vision is really to have a convergence of not only being very strong for analytics, but being able to run what we call OLAP, OLTP, in one single system. So we want to speed up, for instance, what we call tactical query. Tactical query, which are usually very fast in OLTP system like Postgres, or historically very fast also in system like SQL Server or Oracle. We want also to make this kind of query faster. We want to leverage PostgreSQL as the industry standard. We want to have a fully elastic scalability where I will be able, without any downtime, to scale up my cluster or to scale down based on the demand. And this is something that we are going to push and be ready in the release 6. And of course, we want to standardize the software. And what you can see on the logo is the major theme of where our engineering is working on. So Kubernetes, of course, Linux, PostgreSQL, Apache Solr, because our text analytic platform is based on Apache Solr, and Madlib for advanced analytic, machine learning, and deep learning. So Greenplum, historically, because of the acquisition by EMC, everyone was thinking about appliance solution, but Greenplum is a pure software solution that you can deploy anywhere. You can deploy on bare metal server, in the cloud, so private cloud. We are available also in the public cloud. So public cloud, we have templates, so you can deploy a Greenplum cluster on Azure, on Amazon, or GCP, even on Alibaba in few clicks, just following the template. And what we have in alpha release, and it will be available as a GA product, ability to create and to deploy a Pivotal Greenplum cluster on Kubernetes, on PKS. Okay? So, just to give you some indication regarding the velocity of the engineering. This is what we have delivered in H1, so first semester of 2018. So we deliver 3 releases of Greenplum, 5.6, 5.7, 5.8. We deliver the first release of Greenplum on Kubernetes. we deliver a new release of Greenplum Command Center. So Command Center is the platform for managing and monitoring the platform. One of the key features, for instance, we deliver in GP in Greenplum Command Center. You know, everyone, you run a query, and you want to know when the query is going to terminate. Yes? Did you get this, I will say this question? Okay, I run a report, and I want to know when the report is going to terminate. Yes? Okay, so in Greenplum Command Center, you have, through the UI, you have ability to know exactly where the query is inside the execution plan, and then you can have what we call the ETA, when the query is going to terminate. And this is something that we had in the release 4.2. GPText is all about text analytic. Did you know that inside the Greenplum commercial release, you have also a module for managing text analytic and I will say doing search on unstructured data? Did you know it? No? Okay, you know? Okay, you know. Who is using Elastic? Elasticsearch. Okay, but if you want to combine Elastic with SQL Analytic, it's a bit more complex. So GPText is a module we developed in 2013. We have more than 20 very large deployments on this platform, and this is part of the release. And you can do text analytic, you can search on unstructured data, and this is part of the release 3.0. And you can index data inside the database or externally. Spark Connector was also something pretty important because you will see that two major themes for us is the integration with Kafka. Integration with Hadoop is important, and the third one is integration with Spark. So we deliver Spark Connector 1.3 and 1.4, and one of the key features of 1.4 was ability for Spark to read data from Greenplum, but also ability for Spark also to write data inside Greenplum. And this is what we have delivered in H1. Okay? In the second semester, and we already start, we deliver 5.9, release 10. We just deliver 5.11. So if you are working on the commercial release, I invite you to use 5.11 because it includes a lot of improvement. One of the improvements is about the support for the Kafka connector and ability to stream data using binary format, text format, Avro format, JSON format, and automatically stream the data inside Greenplum platform. And we had some additional improvement in terms of security, in terms of performance, directly in the core engine. GPDB on Kubernetes will be GA in the second semester. The Kafka connector, we continue to do some improvement. Command Center, the same, so we release now release 4.4. And GPText, I talk about the text analytics. So the 3.1 will open the road for what we call natural language processing, NLP. Anyone is using OpenNLP library? No? Yes? Okay, so you have some document, and we want to automatically extract and recognize the entity inside the document, okay? In order to classify the document. So this is something that we are going to provide you by end of this week with the release 3.1. And again, the document can be external or inside the database. Good? Okay. And then we continue. You can see we have multiple roadmaps in parallel. So we have the core database, we have the Spark connector, we have the text analytic, we have the Kafka connector. And everything is working, I would say, in parallel. Because guess what? Our engineering team is about 180 people. 180. And the engineering team is split in between the US and in China. Next year, we are going to deliver GPDB 6. It will be a major release. And I will give you more information. And we continue on the Command Center, GPText 3.3, and Spark Connector 1.6. So a lot of velocity regarding the roadmap. One important aspect is the stability and the scalability of the platform. So I know one of people in the room already discussed with Morgan Stanley. So Morgan Stanley is pretty interesting because Morgan Stanley decided to standardize the analytic on the Greenplum platform. And today they have more than 25 peta raw data so inside the Greenplum system. Just to show you that the platform is really, I would say, ready for mission critical workload. But of course, you can start from few tera to multiple peta. and scale depending on your requirement. So let's focus now on the way we are moving on the roadmap. So one of the major themes for us is to align with PostgreSQL. So I will ask you a question. Release 5 is based on which release of PostgreSQL? Do you know? 8 dot what?
8.3.
Yes, 8.3. Yes. So again, the up to release 5, we were based on PostgreSQL 8.2, a very old one. And then in release 5, we did a lot of work, and we, I would say, align on 8.3. Maybe it's a small move for you, but you will see it's more than 3,000, I will say, improvement. And this is, something important for us to continue to align with PostgreSQL, because in PostgreSQL project, you have a lot of important improvement on the core SQL engine. And we want to leverage the open source community. We want to leverage all this work and do our focus on where the customer, I would say, are waiting for us regarding analytic, advanced analytic, scalability, and of course, integration with the ecosystem. So this is something for us which is, I would say, one of the key projects. We want to continue to merge PostgreSQL into Greenplum. We want to improve the PostgreSQL long term. Okay? In the pivotal Greenplum commercial release, you have also ability to get the support from us on Postgres OSS. And of course, we want to focus on innovation on the Greenplum MPP massively parallel processing engine. So, release 5, it is based on 8.3, more than 3,000 PostgreSQL improvement. And this is, I would say, few of the themes that we add in release 5. More important will be on release 6. In release 6, we are going to do a very strong step up because we are going to be based on PostgreSQL 9.4. And this is more than 11,000 improvements that we are merging. Okay? And of course, the open source release will benefit from this move. And some of the few features that we are going to add, for instance, ability to add what we call inverted index, gene index support. Ability to have unlock table. Okay, so you do ETL, you want to load data into a staging table. You don't care if the staging table will die, and you don't want to log I would say, you don't want to use the traditional log for when you are doing operation on this table. What's about the range type? Okay, when you need to, so I want information, and I want to compare if this date is in between a specific interval, or if this specific integer is in, I would say, in this specific integer interval. So this is something also that we are adding. Another big improvement is for what we call a higher speed short query, what we call tactical query, where we want to have latency below the, I would say, really below the millisecond. And this is also improvement that we are adding in release 6. Okay, good? So as you can see, more than 11,000 PostgreSQL improvements. So, and we will continue, because after 9.4, we'll go to 9.5, and of course to release 10. Regarding the query core engine, so one of the big improvements was with the, so I would say we are one of the key vendors who deliver a SQL optimizer for analytic. And this is what we have with what we call Orca. Okay? And Orca has been delivered in 2015, and it's a very, very strong optimizer, and we have a lot of latitude to, I would say, to improve the optimizer. In release 5.11 that we just provide, we made a huge improvement regarding collection of statistics. So maybe collection of statistics is something very technical for you, but you know, if you don't have accurate statistics, you may generate bad SQL plan. What we did in release 5.11 is, first of all, to compute the statistic faster using a pretty interesting, I would say, algorithm called hyperloglog, where you can compute condistinct very, very fast. And by the way, if you need to compute condistinct, check about hyperloglog, because it can also be interesting for your use case. And then we we did another improvement to automatically update the root partition from the leaf partition. What we are going to do in release 6 is pretty strong improvement. So how many of you have already expanded the Greenplum cluster? Let's say that I have 10 nodes and I want to move to 12 nodes. Nobody? Oh, you did it. So usually the way it works now in release 5 is even if I need to expand by 10% more nodes, I need to rebalance the 100% of the data. This is the way it works today. So it's not a very smart algorithm. What we are going to do in release 6, we are going to use a pretty smart and very famous algorithm called jump consistent hash. And if we just need to add 10% new nodes, we are going just to take 10% of existing data on the existing nodes and just rebalance the 10% of data that we need to put on the new nodes. Okay? So you can see the difference. Instead of shuffling and rebalancing 100% of the data, I will rebalance only a subset of the data. And of course, I will be able to do it dynamically without stopping my cluster. And this is the first step for doing what we call scale up, scale down of the cluster dynamically without stopping the activity. Okay? We'll add this quota. We will also add something that is already available in the open source, ability to replicate table in between the nodes. So this is particularly interesting for when you have small dimension, and instead of redistributing the data in between the nodes, you will have the data locally. By the way, this is a feature I was the one asking for. Okay, so I'm glad that the engineering took it. We will do OLTP optimization. So this is for a very short query, where usually MPP engine is a bit slow. So you will see what we are going to do. As I told you, we want to move more and more from a pure OLAP analytic system and also have a convergence with OLTP. And if you do, you know that today in Greenplum, if you update a table, the reader is never blocked, and vice versa. But if you update a table, okay, you update the table and you put a lock at the table level. Okay, so you cannot have two updates in parallel on the same table. You can have multiple insert, but not two multiple update or delete on the same table. And in release 6, we will put the row locking on update and delete. Okay? And then something that we certainly should provide is a DR story based on the log shipping, where I can have a primary site, a secondary one, and being able to synchronize using a log shipping system. Okay? So, as I told you, online expand, no restart of the cluster. I don't need to stop my application. We'll do a minimum data movement. If I will do just 10% of data movement if I'm adding 10% of new nodes. Replicate table. You will be able to have a very strong gain, especially if you do a join in between a very small table and a very large one. Okay, if you cannot do a local join, so instead of redistributing the data, you will be able to have the data locally. Regarding OLTP optimization, we did a lot of work on what we call the distributed transaction manager. And you know, this is the typical OLTP query. Select from a table for a specific key. Or I will do a singleton insert. If you are working today on the Greenplum 5 release, this is not very fast. So what we can see is in release 6, it will be 6 times faster for the select and 7 times faster for the insert, because we did some internal optimization. Okay? Analytic is one of the major terms for us. Again, we are not just a platform for doing traditional BI. We can do traditional BI, we can do machine learning, we are going to move to deep learning, we can do graph analytic, we can do text analytic, and we can also manage geospatial with the PostGIS module. Okay, and we can do it in one single platform and using just a SQL interface or using Python or using R. So, how many of you are interested by GPU? GPU, no? Anyone? Graphical Processing Unit? No? Okay, so that's, and before, how many of you know about MADLib? Okay? Okay, so MADLib is another open source project managed by Pivotal, and we are providing more than 50 machine learning algorithms and data manipulation function that we are exposing through a SQL interface. Okay, so instead of building, I would say, code using R, Python, I would say, manage my machine learning algorithm directly in the database just through a SQL interface. What we are going to do in release 6 and with MADLib 2 is to provide what we call Keras TensorFlow integration, mainly for deep learning algorithm. Okay, so deep learning algorithm, let's say one example can be about speech recognition. So where I can speak and automatically I can use deep learning, I will say, mechanism to automatically translate my speech from English with a French accent to a Russian one. Okay? And we do recognize that for deep learning algorithm, you can leverage the parallelism of the GPU and I would say build the model, okay, faster. And this is what we want to do. We want to combine the power of the MPP analytic platform with Greenplum plus the GPU power to combine the, I would say, the predictive part with the traditional analytic. I talk about text analytic. Okay, so this is what we do. Again, we are based on standard Apache Solr, Apache Tika. Apache Tika to do automatically extraction from the document. So we can do topic modeling, name entity recognition. This is something in release 3.1. And it really opened the door for you, not just to do analytic, but also advanced analytic and text analytic. So release 3 is what we provide. We can index multiple data source, multiple data type. We can leverage data externally. So if you have data in Hadoop, data available through HTTP, data available through a FTP platform or available in the cloud, we can read the data, automatically create the index, and give you ability to search on this external document from Greenplum. Clear? Okay. So the roadmap on text analytic is very strong. This is one of the major terms for us. So we are in 3.1. Midterm is all about sentiment analysis. And long term is to add also some data visualization layer, like you have, for instance, in Elastic with Kibana. Ecosystem. Important for us is the Spark connector. So Spark connector gives you ability to integrate in read and write mode in between Spark and Greenplum. And the connector is bidirectional. More important, I believe, is all about streaming with the Kafka connector. So the Kafka connector gives you ability to map a Kafka topic with a Greenplum topic, with a Greenplum table. So you can receive data in different formats. It can be CSV, it can be binary, it can be JSON, it can be Avro, and continuously load the data inside Greenplum. And this is based on the GP Kafka connector, which is part of the commercial release. And this is available from now. 2 hours ago, I made a demo to Sergey and to his team, showing how it works. It's pretty easy to work, and also it provides, I would say, good feedback regarding a possible improvement. And we are going to continuously improve the Kafka connector. So this is just to show you how it works. Okay, so on the right, so you have a YAML file. The YAML will map in between the topic and the table. You can do some transformation. This is a real use case we have with a security agency. So we are capturing network data, pcap file. This is binary. We can parse and I will say do some pre-processing, some pre-mapping on the document. And then after we are going to ingest in a streaming approach inside Greenplum. And I will let you the slide. Okay? Another, any Informatica people in the room? Anyone using Informatica? Okay, so we have the historical connector with Informatica. And what we are, Informatica developed a new approach using a streaming approach. So what we did as well is we developed a new streaming server to automatically also stream data from the Informatica connector to Greenplum. And this is a connector we provide. This is available from release 5.10, and you need Power Center release 10.x or higher. And this is also another, I would say, a big part of the, I would say, the job we do regarding the ecosystem. If you want to integrate with Hadoop, so we have a pretty smart integration layer called PXF. So PXF is, I would say, ecosystem pretty interesting. So I know that Arena Data did a lot of improvement on it. And globally, what you can do using external table, you can map any table in Hadoop, in HBase, in Hive, in any JDBC database, and automatically using external table, just manipulating and inserting or writing in parallel from Greenplum to the target. So for instance, I can read data from Hive, okay, and automatically map this data to a Greenplum partition, okay, without moving the data. And again, what we just did in release 5.11 is support, PXF Kerberos support. We test and certify finally what we call the PXF JDBC profile. So if you have any database available through a JDBC interface, like Sapana, for instance, you can automatically, I would say, move data in and out from Greenplum to Sapana using the JDBC profile. I'm going a bit fast because we have a lot of improvements. Utility, we reward the GP backup. So we have a parallel backup utility, parallel restore as well. We can do incremental backup. And we did some improvement, especially to integrate with the ecosystem. So the ecosystem can be the solution, the BRS solution from Dell EMC, or integrating with solution like S3, where I want to automatically back up my data to Amazon. And GP copy is a utility to transfer data in between clusters. So if you want to move from release 4.3, for instance, to release 5, you can use GP copy to transfer the data in parallel. And this is also part of the product. And the next move for us is what we do with the write-ahead log roadmap, where we will be able to do log shipping in between clusters. And it should come in release 6. So release 6, in terms of utility, we are going to provide, hopefully, something to migrate in place from release 5 to release 6 and make the upgrade easier, because we can admit that moving from release 4 to release 5 was a bit a pain, and we know it. So this is why one of the major themes was to, sorry? We know it. So this is why one of the major themes is to do the fast upgrade in between 5 to 6, and then I talk about the online expand. Okay, 5 minutes more. So container, as I told you, so one of the major themes for us is to be able to deploy Greenplum on container, on PKS. So it can be on PKS, it can be on Kubernetes. It will be, you will be able also to do it on top of GCP, so on GKE from Google. So globally, you will be able to init a cluster very, very fast. The unit in Kubernetes is what we call a pod. So the way we are going to do it, we will have one Greenplum segment attached to a pod, attached to a VM. And of course, you will have the full elasticity that Kubernetes is providing. You can start to play on it. So I install on my machine Greenplum on Minikube. Minikube is to emulate a Kubernetes cluster. So this is available from now. And as I told you, it will be available in production before end of the year. Finally, monitoring and workload management. So this is usually the DBA view of MPP database cluster, a black box. Okay, you agree? Yes? In some case, you can see some green light. Yes? What we want to do, what DBA want to do, and this is where we want to go is to make everything green. And this is why a huge work has been done with a tool called GreenPlum Command Center and the workload manager to make the life and the experience of GreenPlum easier for the DBA. Okay? So just to show, so release 4 was a major release. We are in 4.4 now. So you can see the cluster system level. You can have a full view of your cluster, the number of nodes, the state. You can see cluster metric. You have historical view. Okay. You can see the host metric and the storage, whatever the platform. And then, more important for me is for the DBA. So you can see real-time query progress. And then, as I told you, you can see in real time the execution plan. The execution plan, you can see it from a graphical view, and you can see where you are in the execution plan. But you know what? It's not only a tool for I would say, for a demo. It's a real one. Okay, so that's an example of, of a real execution plan, when you can see the number of slices. Okay? And this is something that can really guide in MPP, you can have very complex query. I can tell you that I saw query with more than 40 joins, depending on the model. And in some cases, it can be very interesting for the DBA to understand what's happening and when the query or when the job is going to complete. Okay? And that's part of the command center. Next stage for us will be also to manage with the workload manager. So the workload manager gives you ability to define rules. So depending on my workload, I can assign CPU resource, memory resource, or concurrency resource and do it dynamically. Okay? I can add some query tag dynamic. Okay? So if the user is Sergey and if the user is connecting from Tableau, automatically I'm going to assign him to a specific queue with a specific amount of resource. And this is based on the Linux cgroup model, pretty smart model. Okay? The workload management is also, you can manage it through the interface. Okay? We try to simplify the work. And the next stage for us is to provide you some alerting and also to give ability to create what we call rule-based query management. Okay? Historical analysis and recommendation, this is something that is in the roadmap, where we will be able to analyze your workload and automatically provide some recommendation. I'm not so sure it will come in release 6. Okay, so I think I'm done.
1 minute.
I speak pretty fast. Any question?
Hi everyone. Hi again, my name is Lev Nagulin. I'm from Excite team. Frank, great presentation. Thank you very much. Several questions. First of all, when you told about your options in 6th version, you said that there will be replicated tables. Yes, and what difference with what we call when you distribute table during execution?
So
Just in storage?
yes, so if you replicate the table will be replicated on all the segments. So you will take more storage, but you will avoid to shuffle the data in between the nodes. So if you have small dimension, the saving in terms of performance can be huge. But you are not going to replicate a table of 1 tera or 10 tera because it will be too big, unless you have some disk capacity to do it. Yes. So the drawback is the disk space. The gain is really the performance. Okay?
Okay, great. Another question about Spark connector. So you said it works, and does it work through master node or it uses
No.
parallel?
No, that's a very important question. Everything we are developing today, everything keep the paradigm of parallelism. So when we are developing the Spark connector, when we are developing the Kafka connector, all is in the mindset of scalability, and everything is working in parallel through the segment, not through the master. Okay?
And my last question about your visualization of query execution. It's great, but it's not enough, I think, because we can see that steps of execution, but we can't see the event. I mean Oracle, some related to Oracle event model. You know, when you can see that on that step currently is
Blocked.
disk loading or maybe CPU loading or
Okay,
something else.
so that's
More hardware, sorry.
okay. So I don't have. I need to discuss with the engineering team. Okay, so because I think it's a good point. Yes. What we can see is, of course, you can see in the text mode, you can see in the graphical way, but again, and you can see regarding what you mentioned, you can see the overall statistic, but you cannot see, as you mentioned, if in this particular step, you know, is I/O bottleneck or CPU bottleneck or memory bottleneck. Okay, I will take the point. Thank you. It's a good question.
I remember the word from my first question, broadcast. I mean, we have broadcast option right now, and now you make a distributed, store distributed table.
Replicate, yes. But again, you know, we need to be, I will say, pragmatic. You will not replicate all the tables. So you will, you know, the beauty of Greenplum is you can, yes, you can redistribute on the fly data. It works. Okay, you can broadcast, you can redistribute, but in some case when you need a very, I will say, strong performance, replicate can help.
Okay, thanks.
Еще вопросы есть?
I'm sorry if I take more time.
Hello. Thank you very much for your work. My question is about Kubernetes and how you handle with volumes. Hello?
Yeah. Okay, so it's another good question. I didn't have time. I could prepare a presentation just for Greenplum on Kubernetes. So when you will have Greenplum on Kubernetes, you will have two models of storage. You will have one model where you can have a shared storage model. Okay, and in this case, if a pod is dying, automatically you can recreate a new one from the shared storage solution. So it will be a solution pretty interesting in terms of recovery, but you will have a drawback regarding performance. And you will have also an option where you will be able to use the same model as you have today with Greenplum with local data store. Okay, so you will have the two models. And I will add the slide in the deck. Okay?
Thanks. Also, a great feature in Elasticsearch is Kibana. And why don't you create something like that for?
So that's in the roadmap to have a visualization interface. GPTeX is one of the key modules for us. So we continue on the, I would say, on the engine, on the NLP, on the sentiment analysis, and next stage is the visualization part. Yes.
Maybe it's possible to create some connector from Kibana Yellowcat Furies to. I know that there are ODBC connectors to.
So you can connect the GPTeX through the API, through the Solar API for sure, but I need to check this question.
Okay, thanks.
Ребята, еще?
Actually, I remember another one question about Madlib and TensorFlow. What model do you use in this interconnect? You have separated edge nodes that takes information from Greenplum, or maybe it's the same nodes?
No, that's the same node. So Madlib is a library that we develop. This is C++ library. It's a library you are going to install automatically on each node. and you don't have to, we are not moving out the data. Everything is processed inside the database. Okay? So it's internal library. Okay?
So we have to use hardware with GPU integrated.
No. In this release, you can use MADLib on the traditional cluster without GPU. The next stage for us is to work also on GPU integration because we see a lot of interest in the, I would say, AI community regarding GPU usage. So this is next stage, not yet. Okay?
Okay, thanks.
Так, ребят, если у вас пока больше нет вопросов, я думаю, что Фрэнка можно будет поймать немножечко в перерыве после нашего доклада от Димы. Правильно? Frank, so much.
So it was my pleasure. I will stay here and thank you.